Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Harihi Om.
That which we call the outer world is perfect. This which we call the inner world is perfect. Each one filled with divine consciousness. Perfect comes from perfect. Take perfect from perfect. The remainder is perfect. Divine consciousness is non-dual. Anything that emerges from the divine consciousness is whole, is complete, is Purna. May peace and peace and peace be everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate.
Hey friends, I'm Shreeja and I have been with Dr. Trupti Jain, as you all know by now, almost a decade, and have witnessed many lives changing for the better with past life regression therapy and with the guidance and mentoring of Dr. Trupti Jain. I've also changed from a skeptic to a therapist in past life. So I'm honored to be here with Dr. Trupti Jain and Amrita Banerjee Sinha. I would just introduce both of them here after talking a little bit about what is Purnamadah. So Purnamadah is a series on real stories that have gone through in our rooms, the therapy work where we do. And what insights have come out of those therapies is what Purnamadah is made of. So we are seeing here and we are hearing real experiences and real life shifts. These are huge shifts, people. And people have somewhere connected to their parents, they have overcome grief, depression, they have become stronger people. They have also discovered their creative lives. So that is what we are gonna, peep into as Amrita will share her story. Dr. Trupti Jain herself is a clinical psychologist, occupational therapist, and a transformational life coach known globally. With her wisdom, dedication, and love, she has transformed the lives of many. And today, she will have a soulful conversation with Amrita Banerjee Sinha, aka Tina. Tina or Amrita is a happy-go-lucky person and she loves any form of creativity. She's fearless and in many ways very optimistic in life and with family and friends. She loves to be in company of her kids and her mother and everybody who's around her. And I can say with her bio that she loves to love, and that is so beautiful. Today, we will see how she discovered her creative self through past life regression therapy. I am grateful for this opportunity to witness such an inspiring journey once again. I'm sure you will also be delighted, especially on today's auspicious day of Ganesh Chaturthi. We have this amazing conversation which might just launch you into your own creative new beginning. So stay tuned, and over to you, Dr. Trupti Jain and Amrita.
Thank you, Shreeja, and welcome, Amrita.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hi, Shreeja.
So let's start at the beginning, Amrita. Okay. Uh, Generally, we say that we are shaped because of our childhood. You know, the kind of people that we become is actually the roots of it is actually in our childhood. So, can you share something about your childhood and some important events?
Yeah. So, my childhood was very happy and very protective, loving parents and very supportive brother. And I have been a fighting spirit because that's what my mother says when she was expecting. In the third month, the doctor told that you have to abort the child because it will not be a normal baby, mentally or physically. But I came out as a survivor, and I fought even after I was born. There were a lot of health issues related to me, but I came out strong, happy, and healthy. So I have this fighting spirit since the very beginning. And since my parents supported me in anything good that I did, so it helped me explore more. I am very fearless since I was a very little child, and I know to fight for my own rights. You know, that's the thing that I've got from my parents, that if you see something wrong, at least speak about it. So I got a very supportive and protective, a very happy childhood. I mean, my life was, and I was very intuitive since my very beginning. You know, you won't believe, when I was in class one, and one day my teacher scolded me for not answering the maths question correctly. And I thought, if I had something like a pen in which I could communicate with my parents and tell them my teacher scolded, it would have been so good. And see, now we have mobile phones. uh, so I imagined something which did not exist then, and it is there. So otherwise also I'm very intuitive.
Right.
I get some kind of signs now and then.
So, when you were young, were you artistic since the beginning?
Yes, I was very artistic, and I am also born in a family where art is respected as a, लोग उसकी पूजा करते हैं, and everybody encourages each other, especially my maternal side. So everybody has some of the other trait of art in them, and since I'm born into that family, that also helped me, encouraged me, and I try doing everything that is related to art, even like keeping a cushion or a sofa on the sofa, that has to be in a styling way, not in the normal regular way. So anything related to art, I love it, and that's a big stress buster for me. Now I realize, but I was doing it happily, but it's a great stress buster for me.
Wonderful, Amrita. That's so nice. You know, everything is going well. You had a happy childhood.
Yeah.
Daddy and mommy were so encouraging. You were artistic. So everywhere
Yeah.
there was support and love. That's why you're
Yes.
such a loving person. Then what was the need to seek deeper answers? Because generally people say, I have everything. So why do I want to seek deeper answers? Why past life and all this? There's no need. So, Amrita, what made you seek deeper answers?
See, when I was a little child, must be around 3 years old, we were traveling to Haridwar. And then while we were in the train, we were passing by some place, and I started narrating a story. Now, the story had such detailed informations, and it was so detailed that a small child of this age cannot make such stories. So my father later on found that whatever detailed information that I had given actually existed, that was related to that place. Now, as I started growing old, and after that episode, I would talk about that character Meena ji and what happened to her, to everybody.
So,
So
can you kind of elaborate what story were you saying to your parents?
yeah, there was this girl named Meena ji, and she was kind of a Banjaran, and she was not a very happy person, but not even sad. She was a normal girl. She was kidnapped by the dacoits, and the Daku was in love with this lady, but she used to hate him so much that she preferred to die than to live with this man. And then eventually she jumped from a building, and she died. And after she died, she had so much peace knowing that she was now away from this particular Daku. So that was the story. And I used to keep telling this story to everybody in my family. Now, as I started growing, my parents, they stopped me from talking about it because they feared that if I get to know about my past life, I might want to go back to my parents that lifetime if they still exist. So I understood that they're not liking it, and eventually I did not forget, but the memories kind of faded. I did not forget completely. I remembered some episodes, but it faded, and I wanted to know the answer. My husband, he doesn't believe in past life, uh, and I am a firm believer in past life. But the beautiful relationship that we share is that we don't impose our thoughts on each other, and we respect that. So when I got to know that you are taking a workshop, so I was very keen of knowing, I wanted to know about my Meenaji, what happened to her and how am I connected to her and all that. And it was so interesting. I had this belief system that there is only one past life. And when I came for the workshop, it was amazing to see that I must have lived hundreds of lives before this life, and I will be living thousands of life after this. So that was a new learning for me also. So I got the answers when I came to your workshop.
Yeah, so I think first, Amrita, we met when I was in क्या कहते हैं, when
Like,
we came to Lucknow, right?
yeah, like no,
And you
2013.
attended the 2-day workshop.
Yes, yes, yes,
So in that 2-day workshop, you got some answers for this lifetime that you were
yes,
seeing.
yes, absolutely.
So can you specify what exactly happened? How did you get that answer? How did the images come to you?
Yeah, so the images came in flash. It was not a running movie. It was not a running movie. It came in a flash. Then suddenly I heard the participant who was also attending the workshop, who was next to me. I could hear her crying because she was experiencing something. So, the image was not a running movie, and I did not hear voices as such, but I could understand whatever was happening. If that man was telling something to this girl, I could make out that what was the message that was exchanged between them. So I experienced this girl, and the girl was very depressive character, and she wanted to run away from that place, and she even didn't have the fighting spirit. She was like, she gave up. That's the reason why she jumped from that. She committed suicide, and she jumped from that. That was a whole khandar kind of a building, and what I believe to be Haridwar. Interestingly, when I experienced past life, it was Haldwani, and when I googled and searched the details, Haldwani has history of dacoits. There are
My
actually,
goodness.
yeah, they have dacoits, and those same years. I can't say the exact year, but approximately. So
So
they
you were
have.
Meena ji.
Yes, I was Meenaji, and I was kidnapped, and
Amazing.
this dacoit was in love with me, and I have met that same person, same soul in this lifetime also, and the equation was different. I had a crush on this particular person, and yeah, and he didn't had any crush on me. It was a kind of infatuation, but the feelings exchange. But I think we have given a closure to it now we are not connected, and we will not be connected ever. I don't think so, because we live so far apart, so we are not going to meet ever. But this lifetime we have given a closure to it. So I saw that because that person was so much in love with me, and I used to hate him loving me. I wanted freedom, and I didn't fight. I didn't try to run away from that place. I just jumped off that particular khandar, and I died. And after when I saw my body experience in that past life, I was so happy and relieved that I got rid of this Daku. And that, so that was kind of a peaceful thing. Yeah,
Wow. So that's so interesting, right? I mean, the person whom you hated in that
yeah,
lifetime appears again in your current lifetime.
uh-huh.
You have a crush on him, but he
Uh,
doesn't have a crush on you. And so
yes,
you feel that a kind of a closure has taken place.
yes,
And
yes,
you,
As if he's given freedom to her,
yes,
to move on.
yeah,
It's like that.
yes, beautiful,
Yeah.
wonderful,
Awesome. Yeah.
lovely. And then I think you came also to you came to Missouri,
yes,
Amrita, for the training.
yes,
So what,
Yes.
I mean, okay, you came to Lucknow, you experienced it. Then why did you want to come for the training? Because tera kaam to ho gaya tha. You know exactly what it is to do, Meena ji. So now, why you wanted to be trained?
Firstly, when I got to know that there are more lives, our life is not limited to only one lifetime. So many life before and after. So, and the answers which I got through the past life, I mean, I only thought that there is only Meena ji ka problem in my life and there is no other issues. When I experienced it, I got to know why I have the fear of heights, and how is my husband connected to me, because I didn't see my husband in my Meena ji's past life. So how he came in my life, and also my daughter. So there are many life episodes that I've seen. So and there are many people around me who, firstly, they don't believe in past life. Some believe, but the concept is not very clear, because most of the time if you talk about past life regression, they say kya kya दिखता है, like they'll see a running movie, 3 घंटे की movie देखे and पूरी life देख के आ गए. So you have to make things clear to them also. You can't see a movie, you may or may not see a movie. So I have known many people who have issues, and not only issues that are affecting their health, they are affecting their present life in many ways, and I could help them. And the subject is so interesting that if you go deeper into it, you can actually help. You can have, even after, without saying, if somebody has some issues with, say, their husband, for example. If my helper has a issue with her husband, now if even if I show her, even if I take her for an experience of past life, it is okay. Now she has issues with her nanad also. So her relation के लिए हम ना कितने past life करेंगे. So through this past life experience, the therapy thing that I did, that training, I got to know that there are ways in which you can get a closure, or you can disconnect with certain, what you call, if you don't like certain things in your life, you can get a closure also. You can help others. So that's the reason why I went, that in case if I'm able to help others, and moreover because I love this subject and I wanted to explore more, and that was only possible if I did it through getting that experience through others as well as myself. Yeah.
Lovely, Amrita. So
Absolutely, Amrita. I would say the way you have put it is so true, ma'am. That in the trainings we get to learn 10 different ways of
Yeah.
doing this process, not just a typical way, which is so true.
absolutely
Yes.
true. And I mean, I remember during Missouri, Amrita had come, and she's such a beautiful person. She added so much of life in the training also. I remember
Yeah.
smiling. You can see her smile. She's
Very
such
vibrant.
a
Yeah.
smile, and always laughing, encouraging others and stuff like that. And because she's such a artistic person, I think for Amrita, having visuals is still a little easier because she has that artistic bent of mind, and she's very visual in her sense. Because when she
Right.
had been to her house, and I remember I was so surprised, Shrija, she has made everything in her house through waste.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Wow.
still remember
That's interesting.
on top of her basin, she has such a beautiful mirror. And Amrita, you have to send me the picture of that mirror, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Because she has decorated the mirror with glass, can bangle.
Hangers. Yes.
And
Oh
so
my
pretty.
goodness.
Everything in her house, I was just like watching everything. So artistic she is. So Amrita, you have to share with me because you're
Yes.
such a family person. Your kind of relationship with your husband is so sacred and beautiful. I've seen it also with your three children. You have three children.
Yes.
In times of today, having three children, being a homemaker, therapist, you take out time for your hobbies because I know, keep doing something or the other all the time. She has made a wind chime, Shrija, with old spoons.
Yes. And old
Yes.
tiffin ka dhakkan.
Tiffin ka
Old
Yeah.
dhakkan.
spoons.
Yeah,
Yes.
old
Oh
spoons.
my
And with
goodness,
that,
Amrita, you have to share it
yeah,
with
all
our
the
viewers
pictures you
also.
have to
Yes.
share with everybody because it's really beautiful, okay? And I also want people to see that
Yes,
here
yes.
is a person who's a homemaker, came and got trained, yeah, and now she's balancing her life so beautifully, you know. And I mean, her husband and her children adore her. Not only that, her helper. उस वक्त पे जब मैं तेरे घर पे आई थी, there was this helper, young girl, you know.
She's still there with us.
Yeah. And I have to say one more thing with Amrita, that her helper sits with them and has lunch on the dining table.
Wow.
I found
Amazing.
that so,
Isn't that something?
that's her, that's Amrita. So compassionate, so caring, so loving. You know, I rarely see such a sight. So I just,
And I think she is giving out a very loud message to all out there with
yes,
her life. I want you to share this, Amrita.
yes,
I mean, using the waste in your house to beautify your house and having your, helpers sit with you and have the lunch and dinner time. It's so wonderful to even hear. I mean, this is real compassion, I would say. People just fake compassion. This is real. So amazing.
Yeah, I would like to add on this that after attending the workshop, past life regression workshop, even before I went for the training, I experienced I had very depressing lifetimes before. I was very poor most of the time, crying baby, and my life was very helpless and hopeless. So I think that's the reason why I have this fighting spirit of making my life happy, and I'm very positive, I'm very optimistic, as against what I have experienced in my earlier lifetime. Except one lifetime, all my lifetime was very depressing character. I couldn't even, I used to hate to see myself in that state. So when I experienced my lifetime, I saw myself in a very poor state as well, so now I realize that the person who is poor right now, I mean in this lifetime, or who is helping as a helper to us, the same soul must have lived in a body who was a raja, or maybe living in a body in the future of a queen.
Yeah,
Okay, so
amazing.
right now if we kind of treat them, making them feel low, there are many places, many houses where you will see there are different kind of thali for the family member and different kind of thali for their helpers, different cup. I mean, how does it make any difference when you drink tea in the same cup that is washed? And if the hygiene is maintained, if somebody is very unhygienic, then I can understand. Or if there is a corona effect, then I can understand, keeping different utensils. But otherwise, this is just a way of making the other one feel low. You are not equal to us. And that's when what we start doing is that we make we give them different treatment, giving them different thali, giving them. So I don't want, and as much as
What
possible.
an insight. What an insight, I must say. You said that, past lives, when we see this
Hmm.
whole division is removed, it's
Yes.
not fragmented. The world isn't fragmented in in our lives.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing insight.
yeah, that's what I learned. Like if I have lived a life of, I have witnessed a life in Europe where I was a rich lady, and then also a poor lady. So I have experienced both the differences and the treatments. So that has helped me. When I after attending the workshop, my vision towards any person, even on the road, like if I see somebody suffering, then I just don't feel, I feel that probably this is the learning the person is taking in this lifetime, but that doesn't make this soul any low. I mean, the soul is equal to that of mine, just
wonderful,
he's a
Amrita. I love that statement. The soul is equal to mine. And I really want to say something here, Shrija and Amrita,
yeah,
that there are many people who
Yes.
see lifetimes as victims.
yes.
And
Hmm.
after they see that lifetime as victims or poor or
Hmm.
in some situation where they're compromised, they start having, they start feeling that, oh, see, that is the reason, I'm like this. And they
Hmm.
start valuing in self pity.
Huh.
But here, Amrita
Hmm.
is saying that she saw lifetimes being victimized, let's say, poor and not having enough food, not having good
Hmm.
clothes, etc. But the way she has understood it and turned things around for her,
Hmm.
that is something amazing. And that's something that I want people to hear, you know. And so, Amrita, you have to share, now you
So,
have a
Wes,
wonderful relationship with your husband.
yeah.
You have a super relationship with your daughter.
Mhm.
So how were they in that lifetime or some lifetime that you saw? Who was your
Hmm.
husband then? And
So only in one lifetime, I saw my husband as my fiance, and that was also the only lifetime where I saw myself happy. Okay, Ex- so I was very happy, and we were about to get married, and somehow I die. I die, and I saw him crying because he saw that he couldn't save me from that accident, and we could not marry. So probably that's a promise that we made in that lifetime, which has got fulfilled in this lifetime. So, and the relationship is very strong, it's even stronger. And as far my daughter is concerned, my I've experienced my daughter in one of my lifetimes in Europe, where I just wait for my husband to come from a war. And I have no other interest in my life, and I'm sick, or I'm already sick, I'm suffering from some disease, but I'm always waiting for my husband. And finally my husband comes, and we have three children. So we have named, both the sons have got Hindu names like Krishiv, that's a combination of Krishna and Shiv, and Akshaj is the name of Vishnu. Now my husband told that बहुत हो गया भगवान का नाम, now we'll have a happening name for our daughter, so we have named her Alaina. Now, I have experienced in that particular lifetime, I saw Alaina as a daughter. And I die early, and she was very young. And in this lifetime also, she's very attached to me. So, Alaina is a very common French name, and every household will have one or the other Alaina. Okay, so the name that comes in this lifetime of my daughter is somehow connected to our relationship in that lifetime. and
My goodness.
and in this lifetime also, she's very attached to me, so I feel more responsible not only towards her, because I see that I've left some episode unfinished, which I need to finish here. I could not be
Because you were more focused on your husband that
husband, exactly.
lifetime,
Yeah,
you did not give impetus to your daughter.
yeah,
And so this lifetime, you're giving her the due,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, and
attention, I
not
guess.
only to my daughter, even to both my sons, because I don't know if I have left any episode
Yes.
unfinished in my past lives.
So this makes you a complete mother also. You see how we complete our roles. Yeah.
Exactly.
and also, Shrija, did you notice something? She said this was the only lifetime she's had with her husband, which was a happy one.
Yeah.
Rest of the
Happy.
lifetime,
Yes.
she had a lot of difficulties. So, how the soul chooses
Yeah.
with whom I should now have a
Yes.
lifetime where I can experience, happiness, family, comfort, love.
Ah,
Hey, soul,
exactly.
with you, I had a super lifetime. Can you come back again in this lifetime as my husband?
Yes.
And so, we both, the lifetime that we left unfinished,
Yes.
we can together create that
Finished.
happy life
Yes.
together. And then that's
And
what daughter also
yes.
comes with,
So
Yeah.
and all the two
there's a grand design in place, ma'am.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now this whole lifetime of Amrita with the super childhood, her parents, her relatives, all the skills that possibly she left there unfinished or undone. She's got all the skills back with her, and now this life seems to be a dream
Hmm.
walk for you.
Nee, and
Kind
and
of a
more,
complete.
and
Yes.
and moreover, I feel that I didn't have the fighting spirit in my previous lives, and maybe I had those potentials, but I never tried. No, I never attempted of achieving. I had no targets. You know what? I was not only content. I never tried. I had no aim. I probably had an aimless life. So right now, whatever little things I do, like you just mentioned a short while ago about my creativity. Now I feel that nobody is, like I told you, all souls are equal. They have chosen different journeys for different learning. That's only the difference. All souls are equal, and they have equal potential. Now in this lifetime, if I have chosen for a learning of a particular thing, then I maybe have to be little docile to achieve that, whatever learning I
Amazing. God.
whatever whatever I have to learn through that process. Now that's the way we choose. Now people say that things go in waste. It's not out of waste. Anything that we think is waste for us may be useful for somebody else. Like a old cloth is waste for me, but it will be a new cloth for somebody who doesn't have cloth at all. Similarly, when I throw away the food in the dustbin, I'm not promoting throwing food, but थोड़ा भी अगर कभी बच जाता है and we cannot give, it's a stale food and we have to throw it. Now when we throw it to in the dustbin and it goes in the garbage, it ends up becoming the food for the germs, for the worms. So nothing is waste, everything is utilized. It's like the energy cycle, you know, everything is utilized. So I feel कि हमारे घर, so whatever is there in my house, कुछ भी अगर है ना, why to throw it until, I mean, just give like the fighting spirit again, then and it gets activated in my body and mind, and then I feel कि इसी में से अगर कुछ बनाया जा सकता है, then why not? So that's the way I keep making things out of
So
whatever I have.
regeneration, recreation.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful message she's coming up with for all, I guess. This is
But
really
I have to ask Amrita, because you know I've come home and your home is vibrant, your
Yes.
children, and you sang beautifully. So we're going to end this episode with your song, which
yes.
we're going to, but you know you're going to sing something for us. But I want to say, you know, after these past life experiences, the spiritual understanding that you have had, how does it make you a better mother?
see, see, the first thing is the what I told you, that I have realized that I have unfinished some work, and then again I've come because I've experienced that episode. So similarly, I don't know about my other sons. Maybe I have not completed some work or duties, not only as a mother, maybe I was their sister or their friend, but I have left the work undone. So I need to finish it. So I try my best that I should be able to finish that work at least in this lifetime to the best of my ability. And I'm not here to see all the lifetimes. How many lifetimes I can see? I have so many other work to do as well. So I can't keep seeing all the lifetimes कि किस में क्या हुआ था. But since I know कि ऐसा हुआ होगा या ऐसा हो सकता है, so I am more prepared. I keep myself more prepared, and I try to do my duties not only towards my children, but anybody who is connected to me or has got connected in some ways for some help or some learning, or maybe a friend who just comes कि मेरे साथ बाजार चलेगी. So even going with her bazaar, maybe there has to be more than one reason. Na? She's taking my guidance, probably. That's the reason. Or my support. Because she needs that support and she's not finding it from somebody else. Or a help, even for carrying her bags. So it has helped me कि whatever is happening, it is destiny to some extent. But destiny के साथ उस समय मैं क्या कर्म करती हूँ ना, that is going to decide my future destiny. Whatever I am doing right now, that is going to.
I think she's become very mindful.
I was just going
Yes,
to
you
say
become
that.
very mindful.
Told
Yes.
that word, Shreeja. I was just going to say the word mindful.
Yeah.
For every
Very mindful.
action that she's doing, you
Yeah.
know, she's choosing an action so that the consequence or the result of it is going to be positive. So
Yeah.
she's thinking
Yes.
of the consequence even before she's doing an action. So choose, act, and consequence. So the effect, everything is what she's looking at. Wow, Amrita, this is fantastic.
Yeah, and when we talk about destiny, many people say अगर ऐसा होना ही था तो फिर हमको करके क्या फायदा. But as I told you, ना, every action decides our destiny. You know, they shape up our destiny. So we are actually, it's not a wrong thing when somebody says that we decide our own destiny. We decide our own destiny by our actions. So whatever action we are doing right now, it is going to decide for our destiny, say in 200 years from now. We don't know. So जितना हो सके सतर्क रह के and be conscious of your actions, what you speak, how you speak, and how you treat. I mean, I'm not saying that you be submissive. I am a fighting spirit, and if I see something wrong in that moment, and if I understand that wrong is happening to me, I speak about it. I fight for my rights, but at the same time, understand the consequences that can happen to you. Firstly to you, because I love myself the most. So firstly I think about myself, because if I keep myself happy, I'll be able to keep everybody around me happy.
That's a huge message, Amrita. So
Yeah.
tell me,
Very big
when
message.
your children start getting you angry and they get you upset, and how do you deal with this kind of mindfulness?
See, they get upset sometimes. Like Nishant is like, you मम्मी परेशान कर देती है तुम लोग को, हाँ, but that's not the case. We also have the love and hate relationship with my kids,
Hmm.
so that is good. And I feel that I don't want them, I can't be their best friends all the time because they will have their own life partners, school friends, college friends. But as of now, I want to stand with them when anything wrong happens, and I'm there to support them. Suppose if somebody has slapped, some other parents have slapped them, now I don't want them to be fearful of me. Or Nishant also is very supportive parent, so they should not be fearful of us कि अगर हम घर जाएंगे तो मम्मा और पापा में डांटेंगे कि हमने कुछ गलत किया है. So we want to guide them as well कि तुमने ऐसा किया था इसलिए ऐसा हुआ है, but that doesn't give anybody any right to slap them. I am also going to fight for them, so they are aware, and they also have this thing in their minds that मम्मा अगर हमें डांटती है ठीक है, लेकिन at the same time my parents are there to support us when needed, and we don't have to go for seeking help from somebody else. They are there, so till the time the family is together and they look for support and help and guidance from each other, I don't think they can go any wrong way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Somebody
absolutely.
like you and
The
Nishant.
cocoon should be so warm and so protective for
Yeah,
the children. Yeah.
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 May I know where the children are? I can hear their voices. Can you
uh,
can you get them? Can you get the three?
okay, I'll ask them. Atta, Anna, Krishan, एक बार आओ इधर. So I'm a Bengali and my husband is a Bihari. So I converse with my children in Bangla, and Nishan converse with them in Hindi, and we don't talk in English at home because that's the language that they're eventually going to learn in school. And I want them to be comfortable with our parents and family, people who can't speak fluently in English. They should not feel like they are little less, so they speak in their own native language. And the funny part is, whenever I talk and I'll say ki Nishan papa ko jaake bol ke aao in Bangla, they'll go and they will switch over to Hindi, and they
Translate.
yeah, and they have a feeling that papa ka Bangla is
So,
poor than that of ours.
No, but that is so beautiful.
so Deco, what do
So
you say? Daco, Daco.
Adako, this is Alaina. This is
Hi, Alida.
Akshat. This is Akshat. They both are twins.
Hi, Naina.
And this is Krishna. Nishan.
Hi.
Hi, Krishan. So
So
sweet.
and this is my husband Nishan.
Hi,
Hi.
Nishant. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, hello,
Good
Nishan.
to see you. Good to see you, ma'am.
So, whether she proposed to you or you proposed to her, and was it in Bengali or Bihari? I'm really interested to know.
Who
Can't
proposed?
hear.
Follow.
So, how did you?
Can you repeat again, Shreeja?
किया था?
Yeah, I said who proposed to whom and in which language?
Make a guess.
Bihari में कि Bengali में proposal
Make a
मिला?
make a guess. Make a guess.
Okay, I think she's the one who must have proposed. আমি
You're
তোমাকে
right.
ভালোবাসি।
You're right. Hang on.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure.
Nice meeting you all. Nice meeting you all.
उसने सोचा होगा मैं ही प्रपोज कर देती हूँ. पता नहीं कब कब propose करेगा, भाग जाएगा. तो
Exactly.
लगता है मैं ही इसको स्पेशली प्रपोज.
हाँ.
What happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
अमृता तुमने क्या प्रपोज निशांत को?
हाँ.
it was ना नजरों से नजर.
अरे वाह.
बंगाली प्यार था, बंगाली प्यार. श्रीजा, आंखों आंखों में प्यार हुआ.
Bengali प्यार. Yeah, I know.
Had I known
আমি তোমাকে ভালোবাসি.
had I known
চোখটা
about-
খুব ভালো লাগছি.
had I known about my past life at that time, I would have told him कि करोगे कि नहीं शादी. वो वहीं पे छोड़ दो. करते हो कि नहीं बताओ.
And Amrita, we have to meet your helper.
Okay, Suman.
Yes.
So Suman has
It's
to
so
get,
amazing. This is
Suman,
how a person takes a family.
Amrita, she is the same
progress.
helper when I came also. I
Yes,
think her name was
yes.
Suman. Yeah, right.
yes, they all are with us for last 9 years now. दिखती मैम इधर आ
No. Who will leave you, Amrita? Such a warm person.
इधर आ यहाँ से देख
हाय सुमन, कैसी हो?
Namaste.
ठीक हूँ आप कैसी हैं
मैं भी ठीक हूँ.
Hmm.
ठीक है so we have the same team with us and we call them our extended family so you know they make our lives very special you know their help contributes a
And
lot
easy,
and,
yes.
and I'm sure during this lockdown many people who did not realize it now they have started realizing so it's
Now
not
they've
only
realized, yes.
yeah and it's not only that they need our help we need their help equally you know it's a mutual thing
Yes.
and
It's a mutual.
yeah it's a mutual thing and that's their journey this is our journey and together the journey is complete you know it's like the two railway tracks ka na so इसी पटरी पे हम सबको जाना है एक साथ only that then we'll achieve our own destinations otherwise
Wonderful. Amrita, you know, talking to you
Profound.
just makes me feel that if they listen to you, they will understand what it is to live together, to coexist together.
Yes.
You know, and how the
Yes.
planet and its people can live a life of great compassion and love, which is exactly what Amrita is speaking today.
Yes.
and not only to human beings ma'am I feel that every soul you know even if there is a plant अगर आप उसको मार मतलब कि अगर आप उसको you cannot give life to that thing don't kill it I mean I'm not saying कि अब COVID को बढ़ाओ COVID is also some living thing it's not like that ways but you should respect even if there is a dog like I keep parle ji का छोटा पैकेट 2 रुपए वाला ना 200 का एक साथ खरीद के in my car and when we help when we share with our helpers also when we give away clothes and toys and all that you know somewhere in our mind there is this feeling that मैंने इसको दिया और ये मेरा ना ये help करेगी कभी ना कभी you know there is that feeling so what we do is whenever we go out I have got these clothes and toys in my car and I like giving them to random people that I'm never going to meet because then when I give them I don't have any expectation from them because I'll never meet them and I don't have that expectation so you should be able to respect all the souls and treat them equally as much as possible and there's yeah and there's also like there are certain people I don't like there are certain people I don't get along with that is also natural and human trait but someday probably I'll get over that that forgiveness का कभी कभी होगा but अभी जैसे चल रहा है it's not bad
The journey is on and a person like you will progress.
Amrita, इसी life में तेरा होगा क्यों? Because there's one word that's coming to me, Maitri.
हाँ
I feel, Amrita, you are a epitome of Maitri. You know, the kind of relationship that you're sharing with yourself and the relationship you're sharing with others. It's the same. तुमने अपने आप और दूसरों के भीतर have not created a divide. That's the kind of Maitri I'm seeing today in you. And I want everybody to see that, you know.
Yeah, and I believe we are
so glad, ma'am, I'm anchoring this. This is awesome.
And
so
I
glad.
also feel we all are catalysts in each other's lives. You know, we are whenever we meet somebody, we are catalysts. We help in the progress in some or the other way. So like when I'm very talkative person and I like talking to any stranger. I'll talk and I'll ask about their whereabouts. कहाँ से हैं? अच्छा वहाँ से हैं वहाँ. So I ask all these nonsense questions also. So you know there are times when suppose if I've taken any rickshaw and I'll ask कि अच्छा आप कहाँ के हैं पढ़े लिखे हैं कि नहीं and the person will tell me हाँ मैं पढ़ा हूँ and I'm looking for a work but I don't have a job and I am pulling this rickshaw. Then my husband works in a BPO. Now they look for at the elementary level they look for people who are graduates or undergraduates for a collar and then they train them. It's not necessary that the person will get a job, but I can give a try. At least I should not feel that मैंने ना जो मेरे अंदर potential था, I was a link and I was at that particular moment and I did not make utilization of what I could. So there are people in my husband can tell you there are people I have sent from beauty parlors. मेरे beauty parlor में somebody was talking with the colleague कि मेरे बहन का नहीं हुआ, so I got her number and she got a job somewhere. And whether she continues or not, whether she is recruited or not, I don't know. But if you can become a catalyst in somebody's progress, then that's also a very good feeling, and that encourages you, no, next time also you'll help her. Abhilasha will always tell ma'am ki, she has a habit, when I drive and if I see somebody known to me और ऐसे भी कहीं जा रहा है ना, I give them lift कि अच्छा आ जाओ मैं आपको वहां तक छोड़ दूं. So Abhilasha would say कि ऐसा हमेशा मत करना, because sometimes it can harm you. Dr. Tripti Jain told me कि when our intentions are correct, mostly, then probably these energies won't come, that won't affect her.
Yeah. You know, when I'm listening to
Yes,
Amrita,
it's all a play of intention.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
When I'm,
yes.
when I'm listening to Amrita, you know, the picture that comes to my mind is of a human chain.
हाँ.
So each one of us is linked
Mm.
to each other. And like she so beautifully said,
Linked.
you know, my intention is to help.
Hmm.
I mean, what happened, because there are so many different conditions that are there, some of it is not even
Mm.
under our control. But
Yes.
if our intention is right, maybe the conditions may just conspire together
Hmm.
and the intention can actually fructify into
Yes.
something beautiful.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that you do not have an intent. You
It's a
Yes.
don't
play
look
of
for the job
intention.
till you get a job or not,
Yes.
but you can do your bit,
Yes.
you know, and that's the kind of
And,
mighty, I mean, that's the
and
word.
how beautifully
Yeah,
and
lovely.
how beautifully she says that yes,
You know how beautifully she's linked everything.
that if you are coming in that link, yeah, linking everything exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's a purpose. I mean, there's always a purpose. You know, the karma that I did in the past, that destined me for that purpose, and that will help me in making my future destiny. I mean, destiny. So,
absolutely, Amrita. Lovely.
Exactly.
I think today's session, Shreeja, is like a session on, you know, karma
hmm.
and
Yes, ma'am.
the way we act and the way we
Mm.
manifest things in our life. I think Amrita is a living proof of that, and I'm sure people are going to take lots of
Yes, and
treasures of wisdom that she's given us today.
yes, absolutely. In a simple way, she has just ruled out racism. She's ruled out bureaucracy. She's ruled out red tapeism. She's ruled out wastage, pollution. I think this simple lady is standing up for so many things.
Absolutely.
And, she is regenerating, renovating life. I would say we don't, as she said correctly, we don't give life, then we don't have right to take away life. And similarly, I would say, we are not actually giving, creating nothing new actually. We are just recreating
Yes.
things,
Yes.
and with our energy.
Yeah.
And what we recreate is, putting our own personality to it, whatever is that we are recreating. So
Yes.
see around you, and you'll see what you are recreating with the energy that has been given to you. The
Yes.
same energy is flowing to everyone. All we have to do is like look around and see what we've
Yeah.
created.
But
Now, can we recreate it? And you can.
yes, you
Yes.
can. You have to.
Let
So
us
that's so
give
beautiful.
her the last word, Shrija. Last word to her. Amrita.
Yes.
A beautiful, wise statement for
Yes.
everybody. How should
For
people?
all our viewers. And a song. Is she?
And
Are you not ending with a
and
song? You must.
how should people?
Dr. Trupti Jan mentioned.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
लोगों को कैसे अपना जीवन जीना चाहिए अमृता?
the first thing is कि सबसे पहले आप अपने आप से प्यार करें, अपने आप को महत्व दें, give importance to yourself, respect yourself and love yourself. Once you start doing that, when you love somebody, yourself, you will love anything that is attached to you. That way is the vibration will go. And if you will start loving the person who is attached to you, that will continue, usko bhi karna hai usko. So help yourself, be happy, when you are in the saddest phases of your life or the lowest phases and you cannot do anything. Two things are never to be left. One is the belief in God, because उनको छोड़ के कोई आपको help नहीं करने वाला, and उनके हाथ में सब all the magics are in our gods. And I don't believe God is a male or a female. Whenever I connect with my God, it's only a form of light and energy. I don't see any face. I am traditional in some ways, but I don't see God as a male or a female. So you should have trust in God, And the other thing is, when there is no hope, be always hopeful, because being hopeless is already there, that already exists. So when you are hopeful and positive, some vibrations might be there to change the equation in your particular that phase, that will help you come out of that helplessness and hopelessness.
Absolutely. I love that statement, Amrita. Hopelessness is already there.
Already
The
there,
only
yeah.
thing left is being hopeful. I think we should end on this very hopeful, thing that
Yes.
she's given us to hold on to. So, Amrita, a song before we end.
Okay, what
Yes.
so I'll sing
Mangal
a
song चाहिए.
Yes.
so I'll sing a song from Anand movie, Kahin Dur Jab Din Dhal Jaye. That's a very
ठीक.
favorite
See,
song.
it's raining here in
Okay,
Calcutta,
हाँ.
I can do
and I am in the mood now to hear a song for sure.
Okay, the
Yes.
song that you love. Come on, sing.
Okay. कहीं दूर जब दिन ढल जाए, सांझ की दुल्हन बदन चुराए, चुपके से आए मेरे ख्यालों के आंगन में, कोई सपनों के दीप जलाए, दीप जलाए, कहीं दूर जब दिन ढल जाए, सांझ की दुल्हन बदन चुराए, चुपके से आए.
लवली. और तुम चुपके से हमारे दिल में समा
Ma
जाओगे,
Saraswati.
Amrita, और सभी के दिलों में तुम समा जाओगे.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Keep
Okay.
blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shreeja. Thank you.
Thank you.